Staying anonymous as a musician is one of the coolest things an artist could do. A lot of artists rely on their personality or gimmicks to stay relevant, especially on social media. Being anonymous could be a gimmick in itself, creating a character with a personality different from the actual human being inside. And in a way, I find that a little bit more interesting. Creating an entire persona just based on music and staying anonymous allows you to judge just the music. You create your own opinion without any previous knowledge of the person making it. Choosing to stay anonymous could raise interest in you too. It could create interest from fans, potential fans, and get you a little bit of a following. Bands like Slipknot, Gwar, and Ghost use anonymity, and Daft Punk do as well. I'm sure their faces are easily able to be looked up, but the fun is that you enjoy the music from these characters. You enjoy the music from the robots and the monsters or whatever. Slipknot monsters? I don't understand. I think the greatest example for this would be MF Doom, who, his character is a villain, and it's funny because a lot of the times for live performances he wouldn't even go. He would send other people just wearing the masks, and it kind of glorified his villain persona. So, it carried from the music to real life. Today I want to talk about another artist though. Someone that used anonymity to their advantage to create a project that's so cool and unique that I still haven't seen anything like it today, and I don't think anything like it will ever be made again. Welcome to the Second Person View. My name is Michael Mendez. Today we're going to be talking about Now, the year is 2012. I had just graduated high school. I was very nervous going to college later that year. And I was also nervous that the world might have ended. Thank God the Mayans got that one wrong. Kind of wish they got it right, though. But music around this time was very safe. It was very EDM influenced or anthemic. I think We Are Young was very, very popular around this time. And me being just graduated from high school, I developed an entirely different taste. I started leaning towards more underground stuff, more unique, kind of off par. I believe I was listening to a lot of Wayne. The first time I ever heard Death Grips was around this time. I started listening to Tyler and Odd Future a lot. Frank Ocean. It was such a sick time. If you were around back 2012, that shit was wild, especially for the Odd Future stuff. Yeah, especially with the Odd Future stuff. I remember hearing Odd Future for the first time and just being blown out of my mind. It was insane. I've never heard anything like it. And as a matter of fact, the person I'm talking about today, Captain Murphy, he has a little bit of a connection with Odd Future. See, early in Odd Future's creation, there was many members. Most of them I probably can't even name. Earl was one of the standouts of the Odd Future group, along with Frank and Tyler. Around this time, Earl was actually sent to a boys' camp for troubled youth in Samoa, I believe, and he had returned earlier this year in 2012. He had already done a song with Odd Future, but he was also in this Adult Swim singles program mixtape in 2012 in the summer. In that mixtape, he was on a song called Between Friends as a feature. The song belonged to an unknown named Captain Murphy. This was the first that anyone's ever heard, to my knowledge, this is the first that anyone's ever heard of Captain Murphy. This is the first time he ever appeared on anything. And it was on a song with a newly returned Earl who had so much hype around this time. I don't believe Doris was out yet, and Flying Lotus produced it. Now, there was many speculations on who it could have been. They said it could have been Earl, or maybe even Flying Lotus, or maybe even Tyler with pitches on their voice, or a combination of the three even. Nonetheless, the song was a fucking banger. I still listen to it till this day. First off, I'm gonna start charging y'all per compliment. You get to me, see how much purse I can earn off of it. That song was released in the summer of 2012. Later on in November, I believe November 15th, The whole project was released on Captain Murphy's website. It was a project called Duality. It was both a mixtape and a visual project. Now, if you haven't seen this before or never heard of it, I'm going to highly recommend you watch the visual before you listen to the mixtape. It's the same thing. It's just the visuals, obviously, the visuals as well. And to some people, they might think it's just a combination of random footage and offensive lyrics thrown in. And in a way it is, but it creates something within the madness. He hits what he wants to hit. The themes of rituals and cult are thrown throughout the entire visual project. He uses footage from the Heaven's Gate cult, which is the cult that believed they were going to recycle the earth. They're the ones that stole Little Uzi's, logo. They wore the Nikes. Both the mixtape and the visual project used heavy influences on this. Constant ritual themes, things like how to recruit, how to mind control people, how to get people to do what you want. Constant things inside of it. And, you could find meaning in it in yourself. I just choose to enjoy it as a trip because that's how I saw it the first time. And I like keeping that. The mixtape has 15 songs on it. It's a mixture between vocals sampled, interludes, skits, instrumentals, and contains a couple features from artists like Aziz Gibson and Earl. The Ritual, which is a calm kind of song that talks about meeting a girl on at a show and taking her out on a date. Then it becomes like a virgin sacrifice song. It's way better than I'm making it come out. Tied for my favorite song on the project will be Children of the Atom and Gone Fishing. Children of the Atom, I don't know if it's the vocals, if it's the rhyme or the vibes of the song, or a combination of it all, but it all just fits really well into this nice little song blanket that keeps me warm. Gone Fishing is the other song I would consider my favorite. It uses this repeating male chant vocal that flows throughout the entire song, and it also makes me feel really good. Now, the character of Captain Murphy was created by Lil Futches. He also helped create some of the animation for the project. And on November 29th, at the Low End Theory in Los Angeles, Captain Murphy actually performed revealing himself to an audience, revealing himself to be Flying Lotus. And there's footage of that performance, which I will also link at the bottom. And I really wish I was there. Now, to be completely honest, I didn't know he was performing at Low End Theory that day, or else I would have gone. I did know who he was at this point. I knew who Captain Murphy was at this point, but not that it was Flying Lotus. I didn't find out until about a week later when I looked it up. I think it was like a Vice or Pitchfork article. After the project was released, a couple more songs were dropped from the Captain Murphy name. There was my favorite being Between Villains. It saw the return of Earl Sweatshirt and MF Doom with this Victor Vaughn character. There have been a couple mysterious or anonymous musicians since this, but none have caught the appeal that Captain Murphy gave me. It was a sense of originality in a time where everything seemed to be the same. And I couldn't tell you how much of a breath of fresh air it felt to me at the time. If you haven't listened to this yet or seen the visual, I highly recommend that you watch it. I will link it down in the description below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be making more think pieces about certain artists and songs. This isn't a deep dive on the artists, or else I would have done a lot more research. But no, I just love music and I love musicians and I love the story behind how things were made. And if you enjoyed that too, like and subscribe, and comment down below. What are some topics you want to see me hit? Thank you again for watching. Love, Michael.